Is this a rare W for Brie Larson? Seems to be. Seems to be. She sort of just shut down a baited question. You know, sort of trying to reel her in for a soundbite. I'm really surprised. I'm not massively surprised. She seems to have gone through an arc now where everyone remembers that famous speech. You know, it wasn't made for, straight white men, blah, 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 all that kind of crap that she did, right? Like, we all know that. I don't want to hear what someone, straight white man has to say. It wasn't made for you, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And, her sort of commentary on Captain Marvel and things like this. She'd gone through this arc of being incredibly insufferable. In fact, at one point I said she was the most insufferable woman in Hollywood, which is a shame because I think she's actually quite banging hot, to be fair. That black dress on, was it SNL? Anyway. So she was mega insufferable for a while. I think she's learned her lesson. Like, more and more she speaks, she does public speaking, she seems to be better and better. She seems to have learned her lesson. She seems to just be normal, I guess. I think she even made some commentary about Johnny Depp not wanting to comment on it. It wasn't her place. What's the point in commenting on it? Because Johnny Depp was at a film festival she was at, and it was just post Amber Heard Johnny Depp lawsuit. Really bizarre, like strangely self-aware. But anyway, the point is, this is a rare W for her, but one of now many rare Ws, or several rare Ws. Anyway, long may it continue, Brie Larson. Long may it continue. I'd like to see you in your, more movies. We're in tight outfits. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this. Please do hit subscribe if you are new here, or indeed you're a returning viewer that enjoys some oddly misogynistic comments like this. I joke, they're not misogynistic. It's appreciative. But yeah, hit subscribe. Let's take a look. So, basically, she shuts down a baited question. Doesn't want to call Marvel fans sexist. So she's like, no, they're not misogynistic. They're not sexist. None of that kind of crap. Which is crazy. For her, that's crazy. So, it says this article. I'll leave a link down below. But it says, in a rare moment of self-awareness, Captain Marvel star Brie Larson refused to take the bait when an interviewer attempted to frame criticism of her and the MCU's Carol Danvers as sexist. Which, again, like 8 years ago, whenever it was, she would have loved that. 5 years ago, she'd have loved it. She'd have lapped that shit up. So Larson has been a divisive figure among Marvel fans for years, never backing down from an opportunity to berate, belittle and scold the fans for perceived slights. Her comments in the past have led many to believe she has an axe to grind against male audiences. Yeah. Despite this, Captain Marvel managed to rake in over $1 billion. We don't know how true that is, but okay. Although many credit its strategic placement between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame with a post-credit tease in the former rather than the strength of the character herself. However, lightning didn't strike twice, and the Marvels was the biggest bomb that Marvel has ever had. It did $206 million worldwide with a budget of about $370 million, which is mental. So that was a huge failure for Marvel, like of epic proportions. With the Marvels flopping at the box office, the writing seems to be on the wall for Larson's future as Carol Danvers. While she's still expected to appear in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, a third solo outing seems all but impossible. However, Larson remained tight-lipped about her Marvel fate in a recent interview with The Telegraph, focusing instead on how playing Carol changed her personality. Changed her personally. I was going to say personality then. So she says this. I was aware that taking Carol would make me more of a public person than I was before. But I thought that what the film was saying was more important than my fear. And I also thought I trusted myself to know how to manage my life. It was a life-changing experience. A lot of the characters I play, I'm like, thank you, goodbye, once it's done. And I don't feel the need to bring them home. With Captain Marvel, most of the things I learned from her, her agency, her sense of self, I'm keeping. It was great that she could also be this experience for others. That's nice. Like, there's no issues there. There's no slight there. That's fine. However, The Telegraph then decided to prod her about why some men were supposedly threatened by her casting. Larson shut the conversation down and says, I don't know. I don't pay attention. And then the interviewer decided to push further, suggesting she ignored criticism as a way to cope with supposed misogyny. Very presumptive and really rude. So, yeah, literally, the interviewer pushed and suggested that she ignored criticism as a way to cope with misogyny. So bizarre. So Brie Larson snapped at him and says, "What I would like you to see is that by continuing this conversation, you are putting me in connection with something that is nothing to do with me." Good on you, Brie Larson. The great cheese. The queen cheese. Queen Brie. Queen of the Bries. Brie Larson. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's great. And basically, she understood that the interviewer was trying to get her to basically call fans sexist. It's brilliant. Realising the hostility, the interviewer shifted tactics, asking whether Hollywood still struggles to accept female superheroes. Larson didn't budge. "I don't think there's a way for me to answer that without it becoming a problem for me." Once again, refusing to take the bait and stir up even more controversy around her image. At that point, her publicist jumped in, shutting down the topic entirely. Now again, 5 years ago, she'd have been all over this. She'd have loved it. She would have loved it. There's no one, you can't tell me otherwise. She would have loved this. 5 years ago, she'd been all over it. She really seemingly has changed, I think. Again, this is what she said before. I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me that what didn't work about A Wrinkle in Time, women of colour, biracial of colour, and Team Women of Colour. That's what, you know, who she cares about their opinion. I mean, this is amazing for her. This is brilliant. You know, good on you, Brie. Good on you. Like, having self-awareness is super important. Good on you. I'm well surprised. I'm seriously surprised. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing. This is great. Good on you. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts, genuinely. I think she's changed. There seems to be a litany of these comments now where she has done the exact opposite of what she would would have done in the past, or would have done. My English is not Englishing right now. But anyway, whatever. Drop your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.